a story that came from a family who their kiddo has nothing to do with learning challenges, which is obviously my area of expertise, but their kiddo was going to go to a private school and had to wear a uniform. And the uniform had a button, and this kiddo had fine motor issues with his fingers. And it's just before the start of school, and mom is crying, and the little kiddo's crying because he can't get this button. And school's going to start, and he wants to be able to do this on his own. And she's telling me this story as in the midst of tears, and I just say, well, why don't you take the button off and put a snap on, put, a hook on, put something else, Velcro. And it was like this light bulb moment for her. And that doesn't mean that this kiddo is going to come and have his mom take off the buttons on his pants when he's 25. He's going to learn, but he's going to learn when it's safe, when the stakes aren't high, when he's not in front of his peers. And so I like to think of accommodations in that light, making sure that if kids are asked to do something where the stakes are high, that we give them whatever accommodations they may need. And that varies for every single kid. There's literally an accommodation for everything, but we have to be able to identify what the challenge is before we can know what a good accommodation is.
And we have to make sure that we are comfortable with those accommodations, because our kids understand when we become uncomfortable that we're having to accommodate them. And, they feel that anxiety on our side. It is okay. Your child is not getting further behind because you're accommodating. You're actually helping them, and you're giving them the sense that I'm still okay when I need this, and it's okay when I have to ask for this. Because I have my brother who's in his late 30s. He but has really severe dyslexia, and we were playing this card game, and it requires reading, like reading fast. And we played it the first time, and we didn't win because he didn't read them all right. I mean, he guessed the wrong ones. It was kind of funny. But the next time he went through, he goes, you know what? Why don't you read all the words to me before we start? So then I know which one I'm trying to guess, because he totally didn't understand what half the words were. Yeah. Like, okay. And, being around family, and he's just gotten so comfortable with himself that, he knows this is what I need. I've got to ask, even if I'm in a crowd and we're playing a game. So, so you've got to get to that point where it's just, this is what I need, and I'm going to ask for it.
And you are so spot on when you say kids pick up on our uncomfortableness. And if they sense that we aren't okay with it, then they're not going to develop that self-advocacy to be able to say, hey, this is what I need to be successful. And that's really what we want our kids to be able to do, is to advocate for themselves. But sometimes that means checking our own baggage, so to speak, and making sure that we're not projecting that onto the kids.
Definitely.
That's true in parenting.
So true.